redacted documents before? You know, a big page of text with black bars through them. The award-winning playwright Hannah Moscovich says she's trying to unredact her life. Hannah will be here to tell you how to do that and about her new play, Red Like Fruit. That's coming up on Q from CBC. Tonight at 10 on WNYC.
WNYC supporters include the Met. Visitors can explore the arts of Africa, the ancient Americas, and Oceania in new galleries at the Met. Museum admission is pay what you wish for New Yorkers. Learn more at metmuseum.org.
We made the WNYC app to help you stay up to date on what's happening in New York and around the world. Find it in the App Store or at wnyc.org/app.
This is Fresh Air. I'm Connie Mosley, and today I am talking to comedian Atsuko Akatsuka. Her new stand-up special, Father, explores what it means to come of age, sometimes later in life, and the sometimes surreal experience of being a grown-up on paper but still trying to figure it all out. You produced this documentary you were talking about where you followed your mother and grandmother. We got to see some of the realities of their lives. And one of the things that really struck me is that, as you said, like, your mom's always on your mind. And as they age, I wonder how are you dealing with it?
It's something I think I'm thinking about as I'm touring with my new show, after Father. And those are the things I'm actually talking about more because I'm going through it and thinking about, my grandma's mortality, for example, because she is 91 and, she's getting physically sick a lot more. I gave her a bath for the first time recently. I'm learning these new things. And so it is something I'm thinking about. And more, I think that you could see that. Like on my social media, we're not able to do those videos as much anymore. And they're more tired. And it was a fun family time. It used to be for us, where my grandma looked forward to it, dancing and stuff, but she doesn't have the energy as much anymore. So, yeah, I'm in that phase that you were talking about where you're like, oh, when maybe there's trauma happening, you don't know it yet. So, in a year, it'll be funny. We'll have people to talk about it, right? But right now, it's like I got my therapist.
In 200 feet, turn right.
We're figuring out more medical stuff with my mom and, medical stuff with grandma, too. Tell me about this new show.
Turn right, then turn right onto Hamilton Avenue.
It is about, caretaking, and now I also recently met my brother for the first time. Your brother from who? My dad's side. Because my dad's side is full of surprises.
Unknown caller.
I'm finding. And I just realized I might have liked it.
Yeah, I'm on the way. I'm gonna see you soon.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Okay, thank you.
Is that property still for sale?
Oh, which one you talking about?
182 Review.
No. I think you have a wrong number.
Wrong number? No, you sound Jewish.
Yeah, but I don't know what you sell. What you want to sell? I don't know, where is it?
I'm buying in Manhattan. Waterfront property. That's yours, no?
What is mine? I don't understand.
Waterfront property, you own it?
No.
182 Review?
No, wrong number. I wish I owned something. Maybe you misdialed something.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You rent apartments, so I feel sorry.
Okay, thank you. You have a good day. How many eggs this guy buys? So many eggs. Oh my goodness. Buys so many eggs. Cash and carry wholesale. Jets wholesale.
more, I can make money, so that medical bills are not cheap.
Because you're paying for all of it.
I've got two elders.
Left onto
They're in
Fourth Avenue.
diapers.
Yes.
And so, I've cried more than before in the past. And I didn't cry. I don't cry a lot. If you ask my husband to describe me, or
Continue
ask
for
him
a half
how
mile.
often I cry, he'll say like, oh gosh, maybe like twice a year, right? But that's already a lot for me, and I've surpassed that this year, I would say. So, yeah, this is definitely, while I'm writing this new show about like some of it being about caretaking, I'm definitely going through the cries right now.
I'm listening to you and I'm just thinking about, wow, I mean, how far we've come, not only just you, but just in general, that like your mother suffered for so long not knowing, not having a diagnosis, and now we're
Speed
in
camera
this moment
reported ahead.
where every little bit of our day-to-day feelings, emotions, we can clock, we can kind of dissect,
I
we
know.
can find a solution for.
Yeah.
Do you think about that often? How does that feel to feel like you have control over?
Yeah. I talked about this with my husband recently. My husband, the people before us, God says, I wish, our parents or grandparents, all of them got to do this. I always think, gosh, the people before us were so strong, the matriarchs, like, you're alive? What? I would have ran into a tree a long time ago, So it's cool that we have these things. I have apps that can help us meditate and things like that. They didn't have that back then. Yeah.
Atsuko Akatsuka, this has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me.
Atsuko Akatsuka's new stand-up special is called Father. It debuts on Hulu June 13th, and she's currently performing her new stand-up as part of her Big Bowl tour. Tomorrow on Fresh Air, Molly John Fast on her memoir. She writes about the issues she faced as the daughter of the famous novelist Erica Jong. It's also about the worst year in her life, 2023, when her husband was diagnosed with metastasized pancreatic cancer. She put her mother and stepfather in a nursing home because of their dementia. John Fast
Drive
is a
northeast
political
on Fourth
analyst
Avenue.
for MSNBC.
In a quarter
I
mile,
hope you
turn
enjoy
right
that.
onto 9th Street.
To keep up with what's on the show and get highlights of our interviews, follow us on Instagram at NPR Fresh Air. Fresh Air's executive producer is Danny Miller. Our technical director and engineer is Audrey Bentham. Our managing producer is Sam Brigger. Our interviews and reviews are produced and edited by Phyllis Myers, Anne-Marie Baldonado, Lauren Finzel, Teresa Madden, Maurice Nazareth, Dave Challoner, Susan Nakundi, and
Speed
Anna
camera
Bauman.
reported ahead.
Our digital media producer is Molly C.D. Nesper, and our consulting visual producer is Hope Wilson. Roberta Shuron directs the show.
Drive northeast on 4th Avenue.
I'm Tanya Mosley.
Then, in 600 feet, turn right onto 9th Street.
Support for NPR comes from the station and from Progressive Insurance with Snapshot, which monitors safe driving habits to determine a personalized rate at progressive.com. Not available in California or from all agents. And from Subaru and its retailers, partnering with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society this June to give blankets and messages of hope to patients facing cancer. Learn more at subaru.com/care.
We tend to associate brainwashing with cults and hostages, but scientific historian Rebecca Lamont says it can happen to anyone.
It's not pure coercion. There's an element of participation. There's a kind of a yes, even if it's a non-serious offer.
The instability of truth, the history and science of
Turn right
brainwashing,
onto 9th
what
Street.
teaches us as misinformation spreads online. That's on the next On Point.
Osa A. That's followed by All Things Considered at 4 p.m. this afternoon. 62 degrees right now here in Lower Manhattan. It's going to be a rainy few days ahead of us, kind of showers in the forecast for the foreseeable future. Tonight, chance of showers mostly after midnight, areas of fog too, with steady temperatures in the mid-60s. For tomorrow, again, areas of fog in the morning, showers, slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs in the upper 70s tomorrow, with more rain possible tomorrow night, low around 62. WNYC at just about 3 p.m.
This is WNYC, FM, HD, and AM New York.
After slashing the federal workforce by tens of thousands of people, the Trump administration is using new hiring tests to fill hundreds of empty positions. From WAMU and NPR in Washington, this is 1A. In for Jen White. Today on 1A, the U.S. Office of Personnel Management has unveiled a new policy called the Merit Hiring Plan. Part of that plan includes application questions that appear to be aimed at assessing a job candidate's loyalty to the current administration. On today's installment for our weekly
In
policy
500
series,
feet,
get you
turn
keep
right
it,
onto
how the
7th
White House's
Street.
merit hiring plan can change the workforce and why it matters. But first, Trump's ban on transgender service members in the military is back. We'll get the latest
Turn
on the
right
ban and
onto
the legal
7th
challenges
Street.
to it.
Then pick
Email
up
us
will be
your
on the
thoughts
right.
at 1a@wamu.org.
Melida.
BBC News with Sue Montgomery. The
Melida
Attorney
Stern.
General in California has sued President Trump for deploying the National Guard without the governor's permission. The lawsuit argues that Mr. Trump overstepped his authority and trampled on the state's sovereignty.
Pickup is on the right.
The law allowing the president to deploy the guard under threat from a foreign invasion or rebellion.
Melida.
The protest against Mr. Trump's immigration and deportation policy. Covers this in level.
This is now, if you like, a debate about America's political and constitutional issues related to its power in this country being played in real time on the streets of LA. It's a difference of opinion between the balance between local rights to state power and executive authority, the balance between the right to dissent and
Tilda, I'm over here.
Copeland's first Georgia company is 25 years ago. Now she's got some time to move on to her next stage. ABC is planning a farewell celebration for Copeland and its 12 allies. First time in 5 years for the last time. This is coming. Well, it's a bit rainy out there. Seems appropriate for this time of year. 62 degrees now here in lower Manhattan. For the rest of the night, more showers are possible. Mostly likely to come after midnight tonight.
you women live longer because you're taking care of yourself all the time.
Yeah.
Guy don't take care of himself.
You have to take care of yourself, especially when you get in.
We're going to President Street. Let me put it in the GPS. 1685.
Drive southwest, then turn left onto 7th Street.
Street, Brooklyn. What the fuck? Yeah. Yeah.
In 700 feet, turn left onto 6th Avenue. Turn left onto 6th Avenue.
Yep. Whatever.
How you been? Good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I like your style.
Oh, thank you.
Fancy shoes, diamond. Bright shine like a diamond. What is Louis Vuitton or something? Look like Louis Vuitton style.
Yes, it is.
Really? How much? How much? $2,000?
In 900 feet, turn right on 3rd Street.
20,000?
Speed camera ahead.
I have 2-3 pair of shoes. How many shoes you have?
Oh, I have a lot of
You more than 10?
yes. I have shoes today.
Okay, so sneakers for every day and fancy shoes
I
for
use sneakers to
Saturday.
wrap with all my sweatsuit. But I'm not, yeah. But when you wear too much sneakers, and when you wear your shoes, then you feel dirty because you get accustomed to the sneakers.
They got used to the sneakers.
Yes, and so when you put on your shoes, it hurts
Drive southeast on 5th
Really?
Street. Then turn left onto 7th Avenue.
because you get accustomed to the sneakers. And my daughter, she loves sneakers.
How
She
old,
has a lot of
Turn
sneakers.
left
how
onto
old
7th
is your
Avenue.
daughter?
My daughter is 59 years.
Really? Oh my God, you look 50 yourself.
Oh no, I'm 78.
How you doing? My daughter, she's only 7 years old.
Oh, you have a pretty daughter.
My daughter,
So pretty.
yeah, she's 7 years old. I shop late, you shop early.
Well, because I'm old, I'm 78.
Yeah, but you look young.
Thank you, because you have to take care of yourself. Like you see, I just went to the doctor.
She's married, she has kids.
Yes, my daughter married, she have 4 kids.
So you grandma now?
I'm a great grandmother.
Really?
I have, yes, I have, yeah.
So her kids have kids too?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's a big,
I have 5 grand and 16 great grand.
it's a big family thing.
Yeah.
What about me?
Continue for a half mile.
I left behind. That's good.
Well, because I'm older than you, I
Estimated
guess.
time in traffic,
I know
11
you look
minutes.
young.
Same age?
You just
I'm
look
six.
like me.
I'm 60.
You're young, you don't look 16.
Only, yeah, only about
I guess you're taking care of yourself.
so. This guy is so skinny. I want to be skinny like this guy. Skinny.
I like that word. want to skinny like that guy, you have to go on a diet or you have to do a lot of walking.
He's skinny. He's like snake.
Yeah. Some people born to be skinny. I had a cousin. From the time I was young, he never gained weight. He always on the slim side.
Yeah, you know, it's okay. We need chubby people too.
Yes.
The place for everybody.
Yeah, we have.
Not everybody
we have
needs to be
steak, we have
skinny.
in between, and we have, you know,
Yeah.
like everything. Yeah.
It's okay.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on Union Street. In a quarter mile, turn right onto Union Street.
Like 3 o'clock. Everybody getting out of school now.
Yeah. It is a busy time.
offer free coffee in Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
Making a lot of noise.
They make a lot of noise and pass all of y'all. And once I don't have his Dunkin' Donuts and his coffee.
Chubby, chubby, chubby.
Yes.
So you sing, what you do? You artist or singer?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You look like in an entertainment field.
No, I was a nurse. I retired now.
So if I have a headache, I can call you?
No, because I retired.
I have a pain here, pain here, pain here. This, when you tell the people you're a nurse, they always ask free advice. They say here. They always show you problem in the body, yeah? Tell them your cup, they leave you alone. Nobody want to deal with the cup.
Right.
Yeah, no question.
But some people them dislike the caps. Oh yeah, they want the hard caps.
Yeah.
They detest
You know
caps.
what they do now? They stop all the poor messenger delivery and they gave them ticket to go to criminal court.
Yes.
Yeah, you know the food delivery,
Yes.
because many of them are legal aliens, so they try to
yes.
keep track on them. So they pull them over and they give them all kind of fake ticket. But it's not just ticket to pay and done deal. They invite them to come to court, criminal court, and in criminal court they check in who they are, if they're legal or not. This is how they capture them.
And then after they deport
They
them.
deport them, yeah.
But they're not deporting them. They're putting them in jail and send them to other country. Deportment is when you deport a person back to their country. And Trump is not doing that. When you say you deport a person, before they used to deport. When you do, they take you straight to the airport and deport you to your country. No, they lock up the people there and send them to other country. That's not deporting. Deporting is when you send that person back to their country.
Yeah,
That is
but
deporting.
it takes time. They can't just send right away. They lock him up. They wait for airplane to be ready. They clean the airplane.
And what he get a full plane and they send them to Peru. They don't belong to Peru.
Really?
Drive
They don't
southeast
send
on
the
Union
people them
Street
back
for
to
2
the
miles.
country. They send a lot of them back to Panama. They're not from Panama. Some of them from Venezuela, some of them from Ecuador, some of them.
Venezuela don't want them. I don't know.
Well, the way you send them to other country, keep them here. Why send them to other country?
Maybe they're on vacation. I think they send them to Peru. They told them, we're gonna send you vacation in Peru. I wanna go vacation in Peru. Why not? I want a free flight.
And when they get there, they don't have no money. They don't have nowhere to,
They don't speak the language, maybe.
right? Don't understand nothing they say.
Speed camera ahead.
But Biden bring them. Why he bring them is schmuck.
I know.
He bring them
bring
to
all of
have
these
a vote
people,
for the
yes.
election. He bring them for the election to vote for him.
Too much, but nobody not president. Look how the place full of them all over the place.
Yeah, I wanna do food
Well,
delivery.
all they could vote for them. They could vote because you have to be a citizen to vote.
Yeah, but they make them vote for city council. They approve them to vote for city mayor, city this, city that. You know.
Well, I know before you couldn't be vote if you wasn't a resident, citizen, you could not vote.
They give him everything. They gave him hotel, MTA, EBT. They gave him credit card. They gave him free iPhone. They gave him everything. They're all over Hotel Manhattan for free. 5-star hotel.
Imagine.
And the American people, veteran, they cut my own EBT with wife and kid. I used to have $600 EBT. They cut it to $200.
Because they give it to them.
Yeah,
And that's something.
that's crazy. We live in a cuckoo world. What is black is white. What is wrong is okay.
Oh,
what,
yes.
Everything is upside down.
Tell me about it. I remember in the 60s, this country used to be such a nice country.
Oh, yeah. Peace and love. Peace and
Oh,
love.
yes. You could walk freely. Nobody not stealing from you. Nobody not robbing you.
either
They're
lane
not
to stay to the
picking you
left.
up.
Then use either lane to stay to the left to Eastern Parkway.
You know, it was so safe. But now it's just crazy.
Yeah. This mayor is also schmuck.
Oh, he's not for real.
He's like, I don't know. He's like Planet of the Apes. We need somebody
He's not
new.
for real, believe you me.
Curtis Lewa is good.
Huh?
Curtis Lewa, I hope he will win. Curtis Lewa is good. He will be a good
yes.
mayor.
You don't see yesterday he went to the Puerto Rican parade?
Yeah, he's good. Como is the homo is no good.
Oh, Como sick.
Como is sick and the other
He's
guy is
fake.
sick. He's fake. He killed a lot of people in nursing home.
He's not for real.
Yeah, he's also a schmuck. I don't know who's gonna vote for them. I know people vote for de Blasio 2 times, you know.
Huh?
People vote for de Blasio 2 times. He was crazy too.
Oh, yes.
Bloomberg was good.
Yeah, Bloomberg was the best.
Yeah. Giuliani was good
Oh,
too.
Giuliani, I can't take him.
Why?
Oh, my God, I can't stand Giuliani. Ah,
Really?
no, I can't take Giuliani.
It's too much.
He was a fake too, okay. He was not for real.
Why don't you run for mayor? I'll vote for you. You be good mayor.
No, I don't like election. No,
Give
no,
it a
no.
chance.
Use either lane to stay to the left to Eastern
I
Parkway.
never like election.
You don't like political business?
No, I don't.
You go skinny poor and you get out fat rich. This is what they all do. They all have monkey business.
I only make sure I go on food and come back, but I am not a
In
political
1.5 miles, turn right on Albany Avenue.
They all corruption money.
Yeah.
All the politicians.
Oh, yes. Pure corruption.
All of them. Democrat, Republican, all of them.
Oh, yes. All of them is corruption.
Look, Pelosi, Obama, Schumer, they all come in, they all have 10, 20, $200 million. From where they got all this money? They said they sell book. Who's gonna buy the schmuck book? Nobody buy the book.
Yeah, but they sell books and
Drive
they
east
say
on
get a lot
Eastern
of money
Parkway for
for it.
1.5 miles.
They get money back door, you know.
But that book's right.
Not from the book. They get money from the back door. All kind contract they award before they give, they pay back on the side. When I see these yo's look like yo. Yo, I'm in a building.
I hear you.
Yo, I'm over here now. What is Brooklyn Museum? I should check it out.
Yeah, have you never been here? It's nice inside.
You've been inside?
Yes.
They have something for kids. I bring my baby.
They have things for kids in the summertime. They have a lot of things for kids.
This is new. This look like art
No,
picture.
this is the white. These are the show water that give you all kind of color water. So it's nice. It's nice in the summer. If food they are selling there, they give children them ice cream. They give them balloon. You know.
For the kids?
Yes.
Inside?
Yes. A lot of things for kids.
I want to go for ice cream myself. I want the balloon myself.
You want the balloon and the ice cream?
Yeah.
You're too much.
I want a chocolate flavor.
Oh, you like the chocolate flavor?
Yeah. Like you, chocolate flavor.
Chocolate like me? Oh,
Yeah.
I see. My mother like chocolate ice cream too.
I try to stay away all too much sugar stuff.
Huh?
I try to stay away too much sugar stuff.
Yeah, too much sugar is not good. Here, sir.
Oh, $3 million for me?
Yes.
Thank you. This is
You're welcome.
I hide the money here, but my daughter, when I take her to school, she grab it from my secret location. That's her treasure box.
Oh, she know it there.
Yeah. Oh, yo. Yeah. Yo in a building, representative.
Yeah.
So where's your husband?
Huh?
Where's your husband?
I left him at home. I don't know if he's still at home.
He's not cheating on you?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You never know when they're cheating. When they go out by themselves, you don't know where they're going, where they do.
Put hidden camera in the house.
Huh?
Put baby camera, hidden camera in the house.
I have a camera in the house.
So you can look up in the camera.
I think he would have done that now when he was older, but no, I don't think he do that.
How old he is?
Huh?
He's 50 years old. How old is he?
No, he's no, he's 3 years older than me.
Oh, 53.
No, I mean in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah, I'm 78. He's 81.
You don't want to get a young boyfriend?
Huh?
You don't want to get a young boyfriend? Like Madonna, she have a young boyfriend.
Speed camera ahead.
Madonna is always, what would I say about Madonna is? Banana is, she's confused.
Madonna is banana.
Yes, well, she don't know what she wants.
Yeah, she's
Madonna is very confused from she's young.
She got all the money, all the fame.
Yeah.
She's like a Lady Gaga now.
Yes, like Lady Gaga, she crazy too.
It's okay. It's all entertainment, you know.
Oh yes. I just
If they want
they
big-
do those things for publicity, you
Yeah,
know that?
publicity stunt. If they don't do it, nobody will know
Know
about
who
it.
they miss and where they, yeah.
They have to do
To,
something
to,
there.
to do
Once in a while.
attraction, yeah.
The attention,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know what to do to get attention. Should I do something? Nobody give me attention.
Nobody give you attention.
Yeah.
Wonder why?
I'm not a celebrity.
I guess that's why. But try being one, why being?
You give me attention now.
Because
That's
you seem to be a nice person.
Yeah, I am. But good people, nice people, they don't get all what they want.
Drive east on Eastern Parkway for a half mile.
Bad boys get everything.
Tell me about
They
it.
get all the chicks, bad boys. Good boys, they don't. Chick don't like good boys. They
These
like
young
the-
people,
they
them
like the
nowadays
bad
don't
boy
like
type.
these young boys. They don't like good boys. Them always with the bad boys.
Yeah, how can I be bad boy? How?
I don't know.
Should
Because
I,
I'm
should
not
I
a bad
use
girl, so I
should
don't
I
know.
use bad language?
Huh?
Should I use bad language that
That's
make me
not
bad
nice.
boy?
That's disrespecting yourself.
No, like say F this, F that, you know. Pretend to be mad. I don't know. It's not in my nature.
And it's good that it's not in your nation.
You know the story about the frog and the Scorpio? You know the story about the frog and the Scorpio?
No.
The Scorpio asked the frog to give him a lift to pass the river.
Yeah.
And the frog said, I take you, but if you promise me don't bite me in the ass, don't stink me because
You sting.
you have poison, whatever.
It's
He said, I promise, I won't bite you, you know. So he hopped on his back and the frog swim, took him to the other section of the river. Once they got there, the Scorpio bite
In a
him,
quarter mile,
stink
turn right
him,
onto Albany Avenue.
and kill him. You
In
know?
1,000 feet.
And the frog told him, why you did it? We have a deal. He said, it's in my nature. Sorry, it's in my nature
that he just have,
to be a bad boy.
yeah, that's why help him and cross him over.
Yeah.
And after him cross him over, him decide to kill him. That's
Yeah.
that wasn't nice.
You see, this was, you know what, it teach you life is better when you don't care too much.
No.
People ask you money, ask you stuff, ask you to stay in your place, always say no, no, no. Because if you say yes, 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 it will be bad to you.
Oh yes.
Don't loan the money, don't loan to nobody because you lose the money and the
And
friend.
the friends.
You
Oh,
lose
yes.
both. You lose
When
both.
they want the money, they be nice. But when it's time for you to give them the money,
Yeah,
forget it.
they disappear.
Oh yes,
In
very
300
fast.
feet,
Yeah.
turn left on Union Street.
So don't loan money to
Turn
nobody.
left
No,
onto Union
sweetheart.
Street.
Always when they call you, say
Turn
no,
left on
no.
Union Street.
I don't know. I don't have. Sorry.
Yeah.
Always say no.
That's
The more you
always
say
say
no,
no.
it's good. It's
Yeah.
good for you. It's yes for you.
Because when you give it to them, you're in big trouble. You ain't getting back that money.
Yeah. I learned that. I help so many people. They turn their back on me.
Yeah. Because they get the money they want. That's why they wanted it. That's all they wanted.
Even chicks, I helped so many chicks. And I didn't
Continue for
even
a
get
half mile.
thank you or kiss, nothing. I bring them from the street, gave them food, shower, help them to get up, and they just got up and they left and didn't even say thank you.
Yeah.
So life is better when you don't care too much.
Right. Very much so.
You need to watch how the people the most close to you, they're the most dangerous.
I wasn't just telling you that.
I'm
Your
telling
friends
you,
and your family.
they
Close friends and family.
they see you get older, they will
Sometimes they're jealous you.
yeah, they will see you get older, they
In a
try to
quarter of a
help you
mile,
to get your
Turn
money, to
right
get
on
your
Utica
house.
Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wife asked me
In a
if I
quarter
have a
mile,
life
turn right
insurance.
onto Utica
I said, I
Avenue.
don't have life insurance. This way I'm going to give you a reason to put something in my soup.
You're tripping.
You see?
In 1,000
Even if you
feet,
have, keep it
turn
quiet.
right.
Keep it to
Don't-
yourself,
turn
right?
Listen, I have a friend. She's from Brazil. She's like 80 years old. She worked all her life in New York cleaning houses.
Yeah.
She made good money. She said, that's it. I'm going to go back, retirement in my country in Brazil. I told her, this is going to be your big mistake of your life because
Go back to Brazil.
yeah, because all these young kids around
Will
you,
kill her.
she don't have kids. They're going to see you old, wealthy lady with money and houses. They're going to kill you to inherit you.
Killer, yes.
She went there. She said, "No, you talk stupid," and she eats on. They make her soup. They
Turn
make her
right onto Utica
a
Avenue.
cake, and she
Turn
eat, and
right
she
on
got
Utica
sick.
President Street.
They took
Then
her to
turn right on
hospital.
President
They had to
Street.
take all the poison out her system. She managed to live, and she ran away to New York. And she said, "You're so right. All
Yeah.
these young kids' relatives tried to kill me to get my money."
Oh, yes.
I told her they're
Because they
hungry.
know you was over here.
Yeah, you're safe in New York. Don't ever go.
They have this lady too that I knew from Panama.
Yeah.
She decided to go to Panama, and I said, "Why you going to live in Panama?" Her own nephew set her up, but the only good thing she didn't die. She was ill, bad, and when she feel good, she made them put her in a plane, like when she had the money, and transfer her back to New York. She said, "Oh my God."
Same
She
story.
leave furniture and everything. She said, "I don't business about nothing what they're staying there and not going back there. If I go back for it, then after then them I'm alive, they would really kill me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, that's
That's
crazy.
the worst thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Same story.
Yeah. That's the worst thing to do.
And especially for people who don't have kids.
Yeah.
I mean, your kids can also
Turn
be
right
smart,
on
but
right onto President
if you
Street.
have kids, it's
Then drop
less.
off will
Then
be on the
kids
right.
look out for you,
For
you
you,
know,
yeah.
if they love.
Yeah. But if you don't have, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Big trouble.
I'm making right here.
Yeah, right behind this car here.
Are you planning to leave me already?
Yes.
We
because-
just met.
Drop off is on the right.
Here?
Yes, right here.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
thank
nice
you, Mama.
meeting you. Bye.
Me
Take
love you,
care.
love you long time.
Yeah,
Me
you
love you long
sweetheart.
time. Thank you.
Take care.
I love you more.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Let me go back.
Me love you long time. Let me see what's going on in the building. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. What? Yeah, I think time to go back to the city. Oh, sweet home.
Let's take 6th Avenue, Manhattan. Speed camera ahead. Let's take 6th Avenue, Manhattan. Speed camera ahead. Let's take 6th Avenue, Manhattan. Speed camera ahead. Let's take 6th Avenue, Manhattan. Speed camera ahead.
Bulle. Rain, go away. Come back in. Bulle.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right on Troy Avenue.
Yo, Troy Avenue, how you doing? Troy Avenue, are you in the building? Yo.
Speed camera reported ahead.
Yo.
Experience housing insecurity or know someone who has, tell us your story. 855-236-1212. Or leave a message with our app, 1A Vox Pop, and you can hear that conversation on Wednesday. Let's get back to the Trump administration's plan and criteria for hiring new people into the federal workforce. We're with Don Moynihan. He's a public policy professor at the University of Michigan. And Lisa Ryan. She's a national reporter at the Washington Post covering federal agencies and the management of government in the Trump administration. And we're also hearing from you.
I'm Flo. I'm a retired federal civilian. I worked overseas for 12 years, hiring only loyalists for federal positions. I consider it discriminatory, and it goes against any equal hiring practices that we have established for our country and for equal opportunity. I also consider any such hiring discriminatory and contrary to our country's beliefs as a democracy and as a republic.
Lisa, I'd love to hear from you to respond to Flo generally and these questions about democracy that Flo raises in her voicemail. And again, thank you, Flo, for reaching out.
Turn right on Troy Avenue.
I mean, the other problem
Bulle.
hiring based on loyalty is that, you may get a very qualified person coming into the agency you have openings at, and you may not, just as Don has explained. I mean, one element that the Pendleton Act in the late 1800s, which established the civil service, one element that it brought us was a professional civil service. So, there are loyalists who may be Democrats, they may be Republicans, but if they're hired primarily for that reason, we don't know how.
In 600 feet, turn left on Eastern Parkway.
The thing I really do want to talk about a bit is just how the hiring process. I mean, what the Trump administration has really alighted on, in part, is that the hiring process really isn't a great process in general. It's way too slow, and also, it doesn't always bring in the best candidates for another reason, and Don mentioned this, which is that, for many years, you go on the job, that's when you apply for a job, the hiring manager is looking through a multiple choice questionnaire that you've filled out, which is basically called a self-assessment of your own talents as a manager or as an employee, where you're answering multiple choice questions and you're rating yourself. And this has been widely criticized as having the potential to just inflate your abilities. So I do think that Republicans are, they're finding they have found some of the holes in the process. The other element of this new hiring effort that I did want to bring up is very, is going to be controversial, and it has to do with assessment tests, where the administration, I think this is just in its infancy, but they plan to impose a test, which, critics will call an IQ test of sorts, that will discriminate against some groups, but they want to essentially give you a test to see how competent you are, how smart you are, and that's going to be a really interesting element that will replace the current system.
It's funny that you mentioned the word competence. John, one of our listeners, has emailed in saying, I'm a former Treasury, Commerce, and Homeland Security Department economist. We need competent civil servants to provide facts and sound objective analysis. However, Trump does not want competence, but instead loyalty. With political political lackeys installed, can anyone imagine that the IRS or Justice Department will fairly and objectively enforce the laws with regard to Trump? Donald, pardon me. Can you tell me, just in response to John, this fear of not being able to rely on government based on some of the new hires that are coming in?
Yeah, I think it's a completely legitimate fear. One thing we know from research is that in more politicized work environments, civil servants are less likely to share information that their bosses don't want to hear, including factual information that their bosses don't want to hear. And the mirror image of this new hiring policy is the Schedule F, now called Schedule Policy, career policy that is going to make it easier to fire senior civil servants. And so both at the front door you have politicization, and then to get people out you have politicization. And the worry is this creates a climate of fear where civil servants are just unwilling to give bad news to the president. And I think we have actually already seen some examples of that where there have been problems in the Social Security Administration where searches for fraud have delayed processing of retirement benefits, even though the civil servants knew that there was no fraud that existed. And I think Lisa reported on this. They were simply afraid to convey that information because they were worried about what would happen to them.
Tom, let me stay with you for 1 second, particularly in response to something Lisa has said, that there are potentially valid reforms that can be made to the federal hiring process generally. And I just love to hear your response to this question of what hiring issues does the government's new policy seem to actually fix in an effective way, if any?
Sure, and I think there is bipartisan agreement that hiring as an area of the federal government needs to focus on speeding up the hiring process. I think
Speedy Gonzalez.
Turn left on
Simplifying
Eastern
the
Parkway.
selection process is welcome. But I think even though there are legitimate problems, if politicization
What's
is
your
the answer to all of those problems, that suggests that
In
you're not
1.7
actually going
miles.
to get at the
Continue
root
on Flatbush
issue.
Avenue.
And so, for example, I'm not confident that the current system is going to be any better at identifying people's skills than the prior system was. Anyone can go to AI and generate a 200-word essay about their favorite Trump executive order. And so it's just as gameable as the previous system was in that respect.
Thanks. Now, we're hearing a lot in our inbox right now. Ruth writes, I served as a communications professional in the federal government for 22 years until recently when I took a deferred resignation. A nonpartisan civil service is key to the effectiveness of the federal government. Public servants swear loyalty to the Constitution. They carry on functions that must continue regardless of the administration. Service-based loyalty would be a disaster and would disrupt the continuity of government services. Now, Lisa, let me ask you, this triggers something, Ruth's email triggers something important here, which is that every 4 or 8, sometimes fewer, years, a new presidential administration comes in, often with an ideology very different than the one that preceded it. And I would assume government workers serve different administrations and ought to be able to recognize that there are shifts in policy. What is the concern, or what's different now compared to any other switch in administration?
Right. Of course. I mean, that's the way government works. You know, the government workers, they keep going throughout administrations, and in theory, they don't leave when they don't leave when a new administration comes in. And absolutely. So, new administration comes in, a new president comes in, and and they are tasked with carrying out that administration's policy. So, the policy was focused during the Democratic administration on, avoiding drilling in the protected lands in Alaska, and issuing regulations that prohibit that. That's what the career employees will work toward. If but I think what's different here is that, you know, what this administration is
Speed
kind of
camera ahead.
the baseline that they're going in to most of their policies with respect to the workforce. You know, the baseline is these are political liberals who disagree with us, and we need to make them, you know, loyal to us specifically, loyal to the president and whatever he wants specifically. And I think, you know,
Mashiach.
the president's retribution against so many employees of the FBI and the Justice Department has resulted in their firing. Anyone involved in the January 6th investigation of a few years ago, I mean, largely gone. That's what distinguishes a merit-based
We're talking with Lisa Ryan. She's a national reporter at the Washington Post covering federal agencies and the management of government in the Trump administration. We're also talking to Don Moynihan. He's a public policy professor at the University of Michigan. This is Elliot Williams. You're listening to 1A. Now, we're hearing more in our inbox again. Now, this is Patrick emailing. I retired after 33 years and worked for AmeriCorps for many of those years. Discrimination based on political affiliation in hiring the federal workforce is counter to each of the oaths each of us take to protect the Constitution of the United States and not support a party or president. A loyalty test will lead to the same debilitating partisan division that Congress suffers under. Don, let's turn to you. Tell us about Congress and this idea of there's a partisan body, that's a partisan elected body, and that's okay. That's what the founders sort of wanted. But the fear that we're turning the federal workforce into a partisan body like that, again, how well-founded is that concern that Patrick has written us about?
That is a legitimate concern. I think from a congressional point of view, there are a few things to note. One is that they haven't passed any significant new government-wide civil service legislation since 1978. And Congress really needs to get back in the game and modernize the civil service system, because what's happening instead is President Trump has claimed sweeping authority over the system. And I think this is the model that President Trump is implementing is not ideal because it will lead to more disruption. So, for example, he has complained about holdovers, Biden holdovers, and Obama holdovers. He's complained about the deep state. But if you start hiring people on a polarized basis, you are actually introducing the seeds of a deep state where people were brought into the public sector, into civil service jobs, at least partly because of their partisan affiliation. And then a future president would say, why am I employing these people? I should be firing them. And they will. And so you could be talking about tens of thousands of people who potentially would turn over with each administration, a culture of fear, deep disruption. And I don't think Congress ultimately wants that from its civil service system.
Now let's talk about this idea of a deep state. Several Republican lawmakers talk about it quite frequently. Now that is a conspiracy theory that a hidden power structure outside of our elected leadership controls the government. Here's Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson talking about this concept of a deep state just last month.
Deep state.
I don't want to fund big government. I think Trump was primarily elected to defeat the deep state. You don't defeat the deep state by continuing to fund it at current levels. But Don, you explicitly written that the Trump White House wants to create its own deep state. Can you explain what you mean?
Yeah, so I think the framework for understanding the deep state, which, as you correctly pointed out, is a conspiracy theory, is that all of these people in government are A, liberals, and B, they act on those liberal bias. Now, I think there is going to be more liberals and more Democratic supporting individuals in government, partly because of a selection issue. But people who care a lot about public policy tend to be more progressive and more liberal. The second part of that is there's some sort of systematic behavior that seems to undermine a conservative president. There simply is much less evidence for that. And in fact, we do have research evidence that civil servants tend to be more political moderates than political appointees are. And so they add the element of moderation to how government works. stability and
Continue
continuity.
on Flatbush Avenue.
So I think
Then
that's
use the
like
right
an
lane to
important
stay to the right
caveat
to
to
Vanderbilt Avenue.
understand. We only have about a minute left, so the last question I want to pose to the two of you, and I'll start with
Use the
you,
right lane to stay to the
Lisa.
right to
Stepping
Vanderbilt
back,
Avenue.
big picture, what could politicizing the civil service practically mean for the idea of bureaucracy and the day-to-day functions of government?
Even with Elon Musk gone, there's a lot of change happening in the government. I mean, we're losing a lot of employees. A lot of people are just leaving because they're fed up and they're nervous about what could happen to them. I guess I think the biggest danger is just that people won't want to work for the government. They're very, relatively speaking, very few people under 30. It's a tiny fraction who actually worked for the government.
הלו? כן, מה קורה? מה קורה? שהשוטרים מביאים טיקטים לשליחים. לא שומעים אותך, יש רעשים, איפה אתה נמצא? לא, שודקת כשנייה. יש רעשים, בסדר, אני אגיד לך בקצרה. השוטרים מביאים טיקטים לשליחים, זה לא סתם טיקטים, זה הזמנה לבית משפט של קרימינל קורט. בקרימינל קורט מפשפשים במעשיהם לראות אם לעצור אותם או לא, אתה מבין? בדרך כלל מביאים דוח, בסדר, נגיד מהירות, לא יודע מה, שלם כנס ושלום על ישראל, אבל אין פה כנס, אין פה כלום, הזמנה לבית משפט לקרימינל קורט. לא, אתה רואה, זה ככה עושים. תשים לב, גם לא עוצרים אנשים רגילים, רק את כל השליחים המהגרים. נראה לי זה הוראה מטראמפ, ככה תרגיל מטראמפ, להעיף אותם. כן, אבל ראש המדינה אומרת שהיא לא תלך נגד המהגרים. כן, אבל ראש העיר הוא עכשיו כפוף לטראמפ, כי טראמפ הוריד אותו מהבתי משפט, אתה מבין? כן. אז הוא כפוף לטראמפ, כל מה שטראמפ אומר הוא עושה, אתה מבין? כי טראמפ ביטל לו את כל האשמות עליו, אתה מבין? ביטל לו, עכשיו את משפט ביטל. טראמפ ביטל לך. הוא נתן הוראה לדיסטריק אטורני לרדת מזה, הוא ירד מזה. בטח הוא מצא על הדיסטריק אטורני כל מיני דברים, אתה מבין? לא, הוא אמר לו, תראה מה זה, אותם פשעים שמפילים עליי, מפילים עליו גם, בגלל שהוא, אתה יודע, הדמוקרט הוא לא... הלך נגד ביידן, אומר לו, תביא כסף וזה, אתה יודע. הלך נגד מי? ביידן, אומר לביידן, תביא את כל האנשים האלה, תשלם עליהם וזה. כן, חצו ביידן, הביא אותם לפה, והעירייה תשלם עליהם. הוא אומר, תשברו את הראש לבד. אומר, תשברו את הראש לבד. ביידן אומר, תשברו את הראש לבד? כן, אז... אתה יודע, זורק אותם לרחוב, אתה יודע, בטקסס, הם עברו את הגבול, אתה שומע? כן. וזה טקסס שם, המדינה שם תקרבו לגבול. מה הם עושים? שמו אותם על אוטובוסים, אמרם, תפסיקו לניו יורק, תתקלו. זה לא סתם, זה איפה שכל הערים הדמוקרטיות. כן. אתה מבין? אני אומר, ניו יורק זה רחוק, אומר תלמיד. אומר, בלי לעצור, אין עצירה. עכשיו אני לא רואה אותם יותר בבתי מלון, בזה. לא רואה אותם בסתם מקומות האלה יותר. רואים פחות, כן. שומרים פרופיל נמוך. הם היו עומדים כל הילדים שלהם בזה. בצבע אבני, כל הילדים שלהם בחוץ. נראה לי אמרו להם, תשבו בפנים, אל ת... נראה לי אמרת שעשו פרופיל נמוך, כאילו, לא להיות בחוץ. לא, נראה לי זה. איפה החצי מהם?
טוב למצוא לכם מקום.
איפה ילכו?
כל הרחובות חזרו מהר למדינות שלהם. רק שנייה. רק שנייה.
כן. כן, מה עשית?
תביא את הדרך של האבו.
עכשיו לא שומעים רעש. עכשיו לא שומעים רעשים עכשיו.
תביא את הדרך של האבו.
אוזניות של אבל?
לא עובד טוב. אולי נקנה את הפלוני ונחליט לעשות כמו שעשיתי את בית פייל. אתה מבין?
לא הבנתי, מה אתה אומר?
הפלו לא עובד הפלו. לכן חשבתי כל לא עובד טוב.
לא עובד טוב. זה הבעיה.
קצת פחות טובה. זמזום כזה. זה בקפוצה כזה. לא לקח. אני תופס שם בנים. זה מענקי עכשיו.
כן, עכשיו נהדר. קודם היה הרבה רעשים, עכשיו לא. אני בברוקלין, תבוא ב5:30, 6, תיקח את הדברים, כי הגיעו גם הספרים. תבוא תיקח את האינטרנט.
צועקת וזה, אבל אני אין לי זמן, נשאר תנורים את זה.
מי צועקת? לא הבנתי.
אמרתי, איפה אתה? אמרת, אני עסוק, אני עובד. סידורים, אני אצל הרופאים, אני רק לרופאים, ירדו אותך הרופאים האלה. אז אני אין לי זמן,
היא בעצמה הולכת לרופאים כל הזמן.
כן.
מדרובה.
אני אצמד אליה כל היום, אני אקח בזמן.
מדרובה על כל הראש. מדרובה.
זה לא שאלה.
מדרובה על כל הראש. איך נפלה לך על ראש?
אני תשתה פיצות טעימות מאוד, איזה טעימות.
כמה עלה לך? $4? כל אחד? רבעה?
טעימות. מגן עולה 12.
יותר טעים. מזה שליד הבית שלי?
בטח, מה אתה משווה? בכלל, אני שם על הכלל היום טוב. זה לא מי אתה. בוא נביא לך מגן של פיצה, הם יבוא.
לא, אני משתדל לא לאכול פיצות, אנחנו בהרזיה.
והבצק טס לא עובד.
אנחנו בדיאטה, מה שנקרא.
אחד בא אלה שם, התעצבנת, אומר לו, למה הקרס יותר מדי עבה?
למה מה?
הקרס, למה יותר מדי עבה? בחרתי מה שפחות קרס. פתאום אתה בצק טל לא הרבה בזה. לשבת כזה בסבור, אתה שואל על החלון ותראה את כל היוניס, מול העיניים.
כן, בהולפוט שם.
היא אומרת, תבוא תעשו את העבודות אצלי, אני אומר, איך אני אעשה שתקפלי לנו, תמצא, אלה, דודו שלך, ההורים שלך.
לא, מה היא אמרה? תבוא תעשה מה?
העבודות אצלנו, אבל איך אני אעשה את זה?
תעשה אצלה
אי אפשר, יש שם את ההורים שלה.
אז מה מפריע?
היא קוראים לצייבת, כואב לי.
תנסה.
ואם זה עבודה של סטייקי, או סטור, או של ספקנית, אתה יודע, אתה צועבה, היא צועבת, אתה צועב. אתה רוצה לעשות צועבה.
מה אני אגיד לך? אני מתרחק מכל הבלגנים.
תשאיר בסטריפ לה, הוא אומר לך, לא יערב, לא יתקשרו אליי יותר. תגיד, אתה תשים אלה שהסטריפ לה תחלק. אתה מכיר את הכרטיסים האלה?
כן.
אתה יודע, עומדים בגרדן אחרי המשחקים, מחכים לאנשים. הוא אומר, אל תתקשרו אליו יותר, וזה... צריך עוד טלפון, מספר אחר.
לך לאובמה טלפון שם. לאובמה טלפון שבועיים, אחר כך נתקיעו לך את המספר, מבקשים שתשלם, עושים פוז.
רוצים אותי בחינם, עושים עד אותם נתונים.
רע לך.
כן.
ממש. בולה.
אתה יודע כמה זה פרסנט בדי יותר גדול מהבניינים האחרים, בניינים יותר גדולים, כי אותה עננים מכסים ואותם העננים לא מכסים.
זה אתמול היה יום הולדת לאמפייר סטייט בילדינג בן 94.
אוקיי, חזרתי בן 100 ומשהו.
עשו לו יום הולדת.
איזה מצחיק, זה מכל הבניינים שיש בניו יורק, בפרסומות זה נראה כאן פרסט בלתי.
בניין ישן.
לא, אבל שמים רק אותו. יש כמובן עוד הרבה בניינים גבוהים ישנים וזה. אבל שמים רק אותו ואת ברוקלין.
יש שם פעם עליתי לאיזה בית כנסת שם בקומה 80.
כן, זה מצחיק.
לא יודע אם עדיין שם.
כן, יש שם הרבה יהודים.
בית כנסת.
פעם מישהו הציע לי לשכור שם משרד $300 בחודש.
היית לוקח.
אז היינו עושים את הסליחויות, הבאתי לו, אתה יודע, הייתי מחלק שם פליירים, בחיים. וזלום. אז הוא אומר לי, איפה אתה? אני אומר לו, מה הבית? אני אומר לו, מה אתה עובד מהבית? בוא תסכים פה משרד $300 בחודש.
אני חשבתי להזכיר משהו כזה קומה גבוהה, ואז להביא אנשים שיבואו יראו את הנוף מהמשרד שלי. ולקחת כרטיסים.
אתה מזכיר לי את הזה, קלי בנדי, היא פתחה בוט, אתה יודע, אתה יכולים לבוטים האלה שלכם כסף מהנהגים. טול, פתחה טול.
כן.
אתה מבין? נגיד $1,000, הייתה לוקחת $0.50.
כי לקחת עול ממכוניות כאילו, מאנשים.
كان ودي كبري تقدر تبقى حد تبني عزيز برجع طالع بس على طاقة كده كم سنة يبقى سن دور
سكتاين
بتوزع هي حرس متعاقبات الناس الصغيرين مش يعني بس انا ذكر مثلا كانت دي دلوقتي اول يعني انتوني
كان
خمس سنين في سن دور السكرات كنت عرضتوا لي هون التيم المدربين لما كان كيروس كان يسموني عنه لكن سبب يمكن استنتور yang bagaimana ki misalnya bagaimana
שלחתי לך שתי תמונות מצחיקות. אחד עם הומלס יש לו תחתונים קרועים מתחת. אלה לא אם בא להם לחרבן, ההומלסים מורידים את המכנסיים, חרבנים משתינים. הם לא מחפשים להתחבות או משהו, להיות צנוע. איפה שבא להם עושים, אצלכם עושים את זה.
كان كويس واحد دول فتحة بس البال كذا كنت بتقول ما مشيت اللي قبل الشارع كده تحتوني
אין להם את ה...
ما بتدخل فوق
אין להם את הצניעות, אתה יודע, אנשים יש להם צניעות, פרישה לעשות משהו, אין להם את הקו מחשבה הזה. מה הקופים, כשאתה מסתכל על הקופים בגן החיות, הם עושים כל מיני דברים, כאילו אתה לא מסתכל עליהם.
וגם ראש העיר אמר שיותר כל אחד יכול להשתין איפה שיוצא בלי לקבל
כן, טוב.
תראה את ההומלסים משתינים מכל מקום.
נהגי מוניות משתינים בקבוקים, צעקים על בקבוקים ברחוב. למה הם משתינים בקבוק כזה קטן למפגרים האלה? שיקחו בקבוק גדול. הכל עף עליהם, משתפרץ על המונית, על המכנס.
ראית בקבוק המים הקטן של הילדה?
כן.
פעם את הערבי אחד, אתה כבר אתה מכיר את הבקבוק הזה קטן? הבקבוק תקתק התמלא והתפרץ מתוך הבקבוק על כל המכנסיים שלו, הפרדים, הערבי كله يتملى فيها بس العظمة ما يوصل على فاضي يصير ولا بكون يطلع بالنص كله يتملى فيه بالغير حامل
כן.
وهيك بتديك تاني
גם קרה לי משהו דומה, היה לי בקבוק, לא הכי קטן, בקבוק רגיל. משתין, התפרט, נפל על האוטו, על המכנסיים, קשה לעצור לפעם.
זה בנסיעה?
לא בנסיעה. בצד, זה היה בקבוק קטן גם כן, אני חושב. לא כזה קטן, לא בשביל זה, קצת רגיל. אבל זה גם מתמלא וניסיתי לעצור. זה גם קטן, כן. יש לי עכשיו את הבקבוקים האלה של האוסם, זה הכי טוב. לא, של האוסם, אתה יודע איפה הקופסאות האלה של האוסם הגדולים האלה? אלה הכי טובים.
יש גם את הבקבוקים של קפוזים, תמיד קפוזים.
כן, הגדולים האלה, זה ככה, בניחות הכי. יש לי גם בבית אחד כזה, אם מקרה השירותים תפוס וזה, ובא לך להשתין, אז אתה עושה בקבוק עד שיצאו. יש לי גם בסטורג' לפעמים, בא להשתין בסטורג' עד שאני ארד למטה וזה, זה גם...
בסטורג' בקבועית, הייתה חד תקופה, אומרת לי, זה רק לעובדים, אומרת לה, מה זה רק לעובדים? והחוק את חייבת לתת לשירותים. מתלונן עליך.
כן, גועל נפש. אני לא אהבתי את זה, גם עושים פוזות להיכנס לשירותים שם.
מה זה היה? אמרתי להם, קוראים 311, I'm gonna steal your thing out.
סגרתי שם. גם רחל, הבאתי אותה לשם, היא גם סגרה.
ואתה מעצבנה כזה, חזרה הומלסי. זה הומלסי דבר. בטח התעבור כל החרס שלו, תעבור כמה בלגן. אתה יודע, כל
לא אכפת להם מי מזכיר. חצי מהמזכירים של הסטורג' הם חסרי בה.
פעם שם מנהלת מצב, איך מצאתי את הסטורג' הזה? אני גם מנהלתי, ראיתי את הסרט הזה, סטורג' $29. זה מנהלתי את זה, $29. אמרתי זה, אני צריך לבדוק אותי, חזרתי מרכבת חזרה, כי אני לא פועל לך, נהלתי לקחת את הכתובת. אז מה אני רוצה לב $80 זה באפר כזה, ו-61 היה עוד יותר כתוב. אז פעם הייתה רואה אותי הולך לשם, אמרתי, מה אתה עושה? אבל לא, אני הולך למרחם, את העבודה. כמה עבודתי רוצה, לא ראית שום דבר. אני אומר, תביא לי על כך לפה, נראה לך, כל הסרחון שיש שם, נראה לי יותר שם הפעם.
Let's take Manhattan Bridge, Lower Roadway, Brooklyn.
נחה למעלה תקריא. למעלה תקריא לשתות כפי של כל הזה. שכל הדאוטאון מחלקת. תקריא לי.
Speed camera ahead. Use the left two lanes to stay to the left. Manhattan Bridge, Lower Roadway, Canal Street West.
עובד כל היום בפדל אופניים, ובסוף השבוע מפסיד את כל הכסף לו בזה. ואז קוראים לו, בקזינו, הולך לקזינו. אומר, הביאו לו חדר. הביאו לו חדר מבואר.
In 1,000 feet, stay to the left.
הוא אומר לי, תבוא, יש חדר מפואר, סוויטה, אתה לא משלם שום דבר, רק תבוא.
בולה, 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 בולה.
אני אגיד לו, באמת בולה. אני אומר לו, אני רואה עכשיו את המשחק, הוא אומר לי, בוא נתראה את המשחק, אני אומר, בבית, מה יש לך כבלים? הוא אמר לי, מה יש לך כבלים?
אין
אין לו כסף עם הכבלים.
Stay to the left, Manhattan Bridge, Lower Roadway.
רחל, כמה שיש לה כסף, היא גם יש לה ראש קרימינלי, מחפשת לעשות אינטרנט חינם, קייבלים חינם. תגיד, יש איזו קופסה שאני יכולה לראות את כל הצ'אנלים חינם, כל מיני דיבורים כאלה.
היה פעם עיצוב כזה, היית מעבר לטלוויזיה, לפחות אתה יודע, לפחות התוצאים, והיינו פה.
Stay to the right 2
אתה
miles.
לוחץ כפול, פותח הכל לתחנות.
כן, אבל עולים עליהם
עכשיו זה דיגיטלי.
אין לי את הקו מחשבה הזאת.
עכשיו זה דיגיטלי, אז אי אפשר לעשות. זה היה לא דיגיטלי.
דיגיטל, לא דיגיטל, דיגיטל.
יש אומר דיגיטלי.
דיגיטל. יש לך קורבט, הוא אומר קורבבט. קורבבט.
אתם רוצים לראות אנשים בשנות ה-90 שבאו בחורים צעירים ועושים סקייטבורד? לעשות לראות הם התבגרו,
יש אחד, יש לו ילדה כמו איה, מביא אותה לבית ספר עם הסקייטבורד, הוא מחזיק אותה ביד כמו שקית ניילון ולביא אותה כל בוקר עם הסקייטבורד. סיני אחד.
אבל 30 שנה מאז, ובעצם אותם התבגרו ועם הסקייטבורד.
צריך בלנס, אני נופל עם זה. אנחנו כבר מבוגרים לזה.
הנה אחד עושה עם אופניים בכיוון הגבוה.
כידון בננה.
לא, זה
Police report ahead. Stay to the right 2 Bowery North toward FDR Drive.
Kasi dras, no? Tapos punin siya sa
Turn right on
Tapos
Bowery.
kini sa tigba.
Bule.
Kasi sa Danya po, tumayo-wayo. Kaya asfalta. At sa dapat sa mga bidis, takira siya sa panib siya na siya. Rata hangkatan yung bidis, nakarepatan yun. Karena tahat yung bidis, saya kupanu yung bidis na yung ta.
In half a mile, use the left lane to turn left on East Houston Street.
Marami siya sa dahil mo sa miasalak sa siya dahil kabaniro sa.
למה הקורקשן עושים סירנה כל הזמן להעביר אסירים? מה צריך סירנה בכלל? מה?
האמת אסיר בסיכון גבוה.
לא, כל הזמן עושים להעביר אותם, אתה יודע, בזינזנה, לרייקלס איילנד ולהחזיר אותם, עושים כל הזמן סירנות.
פעם נפתחתי מהתמוניות אבי. נסעתי באחד הנהגים שם, פתח כותרת ועבתי מהדוסקה. אז האמבולנס לקחת אותי. הוא נוסע לאט, וזה, אני אומר לו, מה אתה עושה להצעה מהר? הוא אומר לו, יש פקקים. הוא נוסע קצת מהר, אחר כך אומר לו, מה? עד שסוף טוב אני באמבולנס, אתה לא שם בזעקה? עושים סירנה. הוא אומר, לא צריך סירנה, אמר לו, אז תוריד אותי, מה זה? אמבולנס בלי סירנה? לא עולה על אמבולנס כזה. תביא אמבולנס אחר, אני אומר לו.
איזה זוג שיכורים לקחו, לא יודע, שוטרים עצרו אותם, לקחו אותם לאיזה מקום, אז שיכורים קוראים לשוטר הנהג, you good Uber driver, you know that. קוראים לו אובר דרייבר.
איזה שוטר אחד אומר לי מישהי, פייפר, אז עשה לי מצע על היד עם האצבעות, סיזר, I win.
יש כאלה, שואלים אותם איך קוראים לך, הוא אומר לה, פרידה to go. אז הוא אומר לה, אוקיי, פרידה to go. אז הוא אומר לה, אוקיי, I'm free to go, והיא טסה. הוא אומר, מה? פרידה, you're free to go.
סתיים מצחיקים ששוטרים עוצרים מסלולים.
In 1,000 feet, use the left lane to turn left on East Houston Street.
אתה יודע מה הייתי רוצה להביא לי פה תוכניות קרב של תל אביב.
כן, יש את השיטות האלה, לא יודע למה לא משתמשים בהן.
הכי מצחיקים, גם ימין וגם משמאל הם עושים.
כן, זו שיטה נהדרת, אחלה שיטה שבעולם.
מה העולם רק
Turn left on
מימין?
East Houston Street.
אחלה שיטה שבעולם.
ואחרי כדי אתה צריך מנקים פה את החלומות עם החבלים. אתה יודע?
כן.
בארץ זה רובוט מנקים את החלומות. פעם התקשרתי לזה שמנקה את החלונות, יש את הרובוט הזה, לא יודע איך את הכללית הזאת, מתקשר אליו, אני אומר לו, תגיד, למה אתה תביא את הרובוט הזה לניו יורק ונעשה ככה הרבה כסף וזה? נראה לך, מקומה שלישית ומעלה שייך רק למאפיה. אני אומר לו, מה אתה מדבר עם שייך רק למאפיה? יש פה עשרות אלפי בניינים, אז הם אחראים על כל הניקיונות שלהם? הוא אומר לי כן. גם איזה לקוח אחד אמר לי, בוא נפתח חברת ניקיון לחלונות, אתה נורמל? לעשות דרך למאסקה.
כן, אבל מלכה זילברמן הייתה עושה ווינדו קלינינג.
עושה קומות גבוהות.
הייתה שותפה שלי בדירה,
Speed camera ahead.
הייתי תוקע אותה איזה קטעים.
כמה פעמים תקבעת אותה?
לא, אחר כך הגיע סוף החודש, אני אומר לה, תביא כסף, לא יודע, $300 רנט. אומרת, מה, גם לזיין, גם רנט? אמרת לה, כן, מה הבעיה? אומרת, מה, זה תימני מסריח, אין דבר כזה. אתה צריך להחליט אחד מן השניים.
צודקת.
לא, מה זה צודקת? היא אוהבת להזדיין, היא נפומנית. היא הייתה באה אליי כל פעם לחדר. אז אמרת לה, לא, אני רוצה את הכסף. עכשיו היא ברשתות בארץ, יועצת מין וזה.
הייתי פה בטלוויזיה, אמרתי, אני מכיר אותו כמלכה קקה.
תבדוק, יש לה יוטיוב. נהייתה יועצת מין פתאומית.
הכי כן תמיד את הפרצוף של קקה.
הרגה את בעלה, מפגרת.
הרגה את בעלה?
כן, לביטוח. לא יודע איך לא עוצרים אותה על זה.
איך הרגו אותו?
אבא של לורי היה בעלה.
שזה לורי?
לורי אחת שיצאתי איתה.
אבל איך היא הרגה אותו?
שמה לו משהו בקפה, אני יודע, לביטוח.
אם המשטרה לא קלטה, לא יכולה לעשות אותה.
שוטרים מפגרים ברוב הזמן, הם לא עושים עבודה טובה.
יש להם תאומות סידיות עבודות בבקתיים. איזה מצחיקה ילדה, איך היא מסבירה לך איך לברוח מהכלא.
lose weight, be skinny, אני skinny.
היא אמרה לי את זה גם אחר כך, אומר לך, אתה יודע איך לברוח מהכלא? אתה תהיה רזה, ואז אם תהיה רזה תוכל לברוח מהחרדים, ואם לא, אז תסרוק את הבית סוהר, יהיה תפתח את כל הדלתות ותצא בחוץ.
עכשיו יש לה התקפה חדשה, rearrange, אתה יודע, יש כל מיני דברים בשולחן, אתה יודע, העגול הזה עם כל הדברים, מוציאה את הכל, מנקה, עושה rearrange והיא רוצה תשלום על זה. המדיסון קבינט, אתה יודע, יש לו 3 זה עם המראות, יש קבינט כזה, שכל הדברים בפנים. עושה, מוציאה את הכל, מסדרת rearrange. This one $10, this one $5. עושה עבודות לעצמה. אמרתי לה, מה, את ממציאה לעצמך עבודות? הכל היה בסדר, לא. עכשיו זה יותר נורמלי, יותר ניט, יותר אקססיב.
disgusting before.
כן, שלומפה בפור.
איזה מצחיקה, ככה עשת זה.
כן.
איזה ילדה, אחלה ילדה של העולם. תעשה לה, אוהבת לעושים לה משהו בכף הרגל. תלחץ לה על כף הרגל כזה, סקווישי כזה, אוהבת את זה. אתה שומע? תלחץ לה כזה על כף הרגל, אז היא אוהבת את הזרמים שזורם לפתיים על כף הרגל, תעשה לה כיף. אמרתי, מתבאסת שהבן שלה שקט, לא מדבר הרבה.
לא, גם היא הייתה שקטה, אבל יום אחד היא פתאום תתחיל לדבר.
מה?
גם היא הייתה שקטה בשנים הראשונות, פה יום אחד היא פתאום תתחיל לדבר בלי הפסק.
יום אחד אמרתי לאשתך, תגידי למה היא כבר, עוד מעט בצלות, למה היא לא מדברת? אז היא אומרת לי, עוד מעט תגדל, כשתתחיל לדבר, היא לא תפסיק לדבר אף פעם, תאמין לי. היא אמרה לי, עוד מעט תגדל, כשתתחיל לדבר, היא לא תפסיק לדבר. אבל אתה בן 7, ולא מדבר הרבה.
צריך לעודד אותו, לשאול אותו שאלות.
לא, מדבר שהוא צריך, הוא ילד חכם. לוקחים אותו לזה, איך קוראים לו?
אומרים גם הבן של טראמפ הוא לא מדבר הרבה.
כן, זה ככה, זה הבן שלו. לוקחים אותו לכדורסל, הוא לא משחק עם כל הילדים.
אולי לא נותנים לו לשחק, אני גם כשהייתי קטן. אולי לא נותנים לו לשחק, לא משתפים אותו.
לא, אומרים לו, לא, משתפים אותו וזהו, אבל הוא לא... משחק רק איתי.
צריך קונפידנס, צריך עניין של קונפידנס.
אני משחק איתו כדורסל, היא עושה לי, אתה לא יודע להקפיץ כדור. איך אתה צועקת לי הקולוסים? למה, איך אתה לא יודע להקפיץ כדור? לקחת את הכדור, מראה לי איך להקפיץ כדור, איך לכדרר, לזרוק לסל. Is the way you do it.
בולה, 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 בולה.
אתה נסתכל עליו נור, מריחה לי את התחת, יד קורא על עצמי. הייתי פה סיפה לשבת יד. כואב הרבה.
אוי יפה, אוי יפה.
No need to do anything, you have perfect face. يجب على الرسل. عندما تحيز لما صار كيفين سمع كأنه الخاي عملت بحورات فتشتغل مولك فاني بشلخة.
תחזיק את האף, תראה איך היא תהיה, כאילו יוצא ריח מהזה שלה. תחזיק את האף, תראה איך היא תזוז מהר ממך. איזה קטע אתה מחזיק את האף, כאילו יוצא לריח משם, איך היא תהיה.
לא, דווקא יוצא ריח טוב. אני יפה, יא ורד. Beautiful. תיק של גוצ'י מהרחוב.
מה קנית?
תיק של גוצ'י מהרחוב.
תיק של גוצ'י מהרחוב? אני קנית לפרסית?
כן. אחרי שבוע הוא נקרא עליי.
לתפור אותו, מה הבעיה?
עושה לי, ידעתי שזה לא אמיתי, ידעתי. זה לפני $4,000. תיק. אין מכוניות ברחוב 14.
אין מה?
אין מכוניות ברחוב 14.
אין נבלות, אומרים אסור מכוניות, רק גם לא מונית, לא אובר, לא כלום, רק אוטובוסים. מה זה שטויות האלה? פעמיים נכנסתי בטעות, או לאסוף מישהו, לזרוק מישהו, קיבלתי טיקטים בדואר. שמו מצלמות כל רחוב 14, אתה רק נכנס לשם ומביאים לך טיקטים.
יא הביתה. לא רואה את הרוחים, העיפו כולם. רק את הספרים.
העיפו אותם גם מהברוקלין ברידג', היה הרבה רוכלים ברוקלין ברידג'.
אבל שם הרבה תיירים.
ראיתי הרבה ילדים דתיים היום, עושים להם טיול ללכת על ברוקלין ברידג'. כיתה שלמה, אתה יודע.
כל הזמן הולכים. Islam زي من كنت أكمل أبدي كملك كل من كمود لحكيم مريكل بالشفاعات لك زين بركة تتناسب البايم زين مي بروكلين عدد اسم 80 بريكل حتى موزين ده بريكل
هي
أنت حتى تشيله كل ما نلقى بريكل عفروت كيلومتر وعدين شمه
כן, אבל יש שליחים גם נוסעים באופניים שבועות, חודשים, והם גם שמנים, לא מורידים משקל.
אני אומר לו, הוא בא עם סנדלים וגרביים בחורף, הקור, תעשי הקור, אז לקחתי אותו בצד, אמרתי לו, שמע, שיגוע. ביום ראשון, אני ככה איתו נעליים, אז אמר לי, לא, אני אוהב ככה, לא רוצה שום דבר. אני אומר, אבל לא קר לך, תראה איזה קר בחור. לא, הכל בסדר.
מכיר את התיקים האלה של אמזון, הארגזים הגדולים האלה?
הרבה כאלה זרוקים ברחוב את הארגזים
אני רואה תיקים טובים, אני משתמש להם לסטורג', אבל אני רואה פתאום את כולם משתמשים בהם. אני רואה פדקס משתמשים בהם, UPS, גם הפוסט אופיס האמריקאי הרגיל יש להם את הקופסאות האלה. זה נוח להם, שמים את הכל ככה רואה אותם גם זרוקים ברחוב. יכול לאסוף אותם, אולי תמכור.
איזה המרובע הזה?
כן, תיקים טובים אלה. Okay, this is one tomato place. Thank you everybody for sticking around. See you tomorrow. Peace out.
אתה זוכר פעם עברנו פרטי מה